Hey guys, so before I start this video, I'm editing it right now and realizing that I had something in my teeth the whole intro. So I hate myself, but I'm not fucking filming this video over again, so just ignore that, okay? Thanks. Okay, bye. Hey guys, it's Jasmine. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be talking about a little bit of today I'm going to be talking about So today I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a life update slash I guess life update is the right name for this video. Really quick, I do want to address, I can't find my lash glue anywhere, so I feel super naked without falsies, but it is what it is. Anyways, nobody cares about that. So if you guys are new to my channel, I have a video that I posted last year talking all about like my relationship with my parents, and I know that's like a really touchy subject. So I just wanted to make this video to update what my current situation is with my parents and like our relationship, because definitely a lot has changed this past week, and coincidentally I have gotten like a lot of messages, emails, DMs about that video, even though the video was posted like last year. So I wrote some notes to hopefully keep me on track and to not ramble too much, and like I've been putting this video off all weekend because I really want to update you guys. So if you're new to my channel and haven't seen the old video, I will link it for you if you want to watch it and be like more caught up on like our history. But I do want to reiterate that I never hated my parents, and I'm pretty sure I say that in my old video. Like, it was never to talk bad about them. The reason why I make my relationship with my parents so public and so out there for everyone to know is because I know that I'm not the only person who struggles with, you know, not having like that picture perfect relationship with your parents, and that can be difficult when it feels like everyone in your life like gets along great with their parents, and it feels like their only like disagreements are about like petty things like, you know, curfews or just shit like that, like stuff that I would love to be, you know, like at the time I would have loved if that was like our only disagreement. But yeah, basically, like if you didn't watch the old video, I had like a lot of mental health problems, and I'm gonna try to not get like, you know, too emotional in this video, but I'm hormonal, so that's hard. So excuse, you know, the extra emotions, but like obviously it's a touchy subject. But yeah, like I don't know, like I'm sorry there's like a lot of rambling in this video. I know there's like a ton of rambling in my last one too. It's just not something that I talk about like, you know, super often. I've definitely over the years gotten more comfortable about the fact that like I don't have the best relationship with my parents, like and like I said, like over the past week or so it's gotten, you know, way better. So obviously why I'm giving you an update now. But when I think about like the past, I don't know, like 5-6 years, like it is, not gonna lie, still painful to think about. Oh my god. Okay, I'm just gonna move right on. If you want to see like all of like what happened, just watch that old video. But our differences that caused me to like cut them off for a bit was like I understand where they're coming from, I just don't agree with it, but it never made me like think that they were like horrible people, or like I never like wished anything bad on them. I just for the past couple of years like wanted to live my life separately from them and just, you know, focus on myself, focus on my health and like my relationship with like my now husband and stuff, and like I just wanted to focus on like my new family apart from them. I don't know, I wanted to reiterate that like you can have disagreements and obviously like be very hurt by someone and not like hate them either, you know. But, like I'm not trying to shit talk anybody, we all make mistakes. I think that there's things that could have been handled better on both parts. So yeah, like the point of this video is just, you know, to hopefully share so that people who can relate to me don't feel alone. But yeah, okay, so I didn't, up until last week, like I didn't, or I should say like last month, I didn't have any contact with my parents, for like 3 years, I think. Even before that, like a couple years before I turned 18 and moved out, like I had a really horrible relationship with them. It was very negative, and like it wasn't close or like healthy, I guess. So the reason why I started talking to them again is, in case you didn't know, I am pregnant and we are expecting our first baby in May. And the thought of like the whole grandparent situation and like setting boundaries and how do we want to go about that? Do we even want to include them? Like, having a baby kind of forces you to think about your relationship with people. For the past couple years, I was content with just like focusing on myself and like doing me, but now that there's another like person involved, I don't know, it just kind of complicated things. And then on top of that, being super hormonal and like emotional, and so for like a couple months I really struggled with like, how do I want the relationship to be in the future, and I kind of settled at the thought of like, I'm not a traditional person by any means, and just because like you are blood related to me, that doesn't make me personally feel like we have to talk or like we have to be close. I mean, if we like each other and like we get along, then obviously like wonderful, but I'm not gonna force a relationship with anyone just because I should, or because like, you know, like stereotypically or traditionally that's how it goes. Like, I don't feel like the title of grandparent should be taken lightly, and I just feel like that's something that should be earned and not something that's just like, we're blood related, so you automatically get to be in my child's life. So that just really made me like think hard about like who I wanted in my baby's life. And I don't know, like I was very in the middle. Like I was fine, well, not fine, but like I don't know how to phrase it. Like I didn't automatically go towards like, oh, they're my parents, so they're my baby's grandparents, so they have to be in the baby's life. Like, that's not the way that I think. But in the end, like I wanted our relationship to be better, like for my baby. I don't want my baby to grow up like not knowing any of their family. Like, not having a lot of family and not being close to family is hard when you're expecting, and like, you know, people just assume that like everyone's happy for you, and you know, I don't want my baby to feel like she doesn't have any family. So yeah, like as much as I always say like, oh no, like just because you're blood related to me, that doesn't mean like we have to be in each other's lives. Like, I really do cherish and value family just like anyone else would. Like, I'm not heartless. I just don't think that negative relationships should be tolerated for like title, or you know, like, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Like, oh my fucking god, if my foundation gets ruined, I'm gonna be so upset. Moving on. So I decided to kind of reach out and like talk to my parents again, because they have been messaging me as well. Like, I think obviously like the baby obviously made them think about our relationship too. So they were messaging me, and for a while I really struggled with like, how do I respond? Do I respond? Like, what do I want to say? Do I want to let that like energy back in my life? And I ended up just thinking like, okay, give it a chance, because you know, it's been 3 years, and like, it's not like I went into this as in like a period of not talking as like I never want to see them again. Like, I just never really put like an end date on like our break, sort of say. Ew, that's so gross. Like, I hate when people are in a relationship, they're like, we're just taking a break. Like, ew. Yeah, like I said, I never meant like, I don't know, like the whole reason for not talking to them was simply like for myself, and so that I can just focus on myself. In the beginning of like when I moved out and when I said like I need space, they did not get that at all, and like kept messaging me, kept messaging my husband, like kept trying to like guilt trip me. I don't know if that was their intention, but like I felt very guilted into like having to keep them in my life, even though it was like negative. So I didn't know if I wanted to respond and like open that can of worms basically, but I was just like, you know what, fuck it. Like, I'm hormonal, I'm emotional, so let's just do it and see what happens. And just talking to them again over text like felt different, and I genuinely felt like it went so well. Like, I felt like, I don't know, just like our interaction and communication was different. Like, there was no guilting or like not everyone in our life is positive and happy for us that we're having babies. So for them to actually be like positive about it was actually honestly like surprising to me, because at this point it's kind of sad. I'm kind of used to like people saying that we're like too young or whatever, you know, not making enough money to have a baby, which is like so stupid. But anyways, I just wasn't expecting that like positive reaction towards the news, so I just feel very respected and like, I don't know, I guess respected is the word. I guess my parents also wanted to like have the role of like grandparents and stuff, which if you can't tell, means a lot. Like not having family for so long, I mean 3 years I know isn't like the longest period of time, but in between those years of being like a teenager and like now being married and like having a baby and living in a different state and having so many things happen in between the time of communication, it just feels like I haven't had a family in a long time. So yeah, I was really open to the idea of meeting up in person once I felt like respected over text, which sounds stupid because it's like literally text and, you know, like, I don't know, I feel like I'm being like dramatic about it, but just the fact that they like respected me and were like actually positive was surprising to me. Anyways, I was like, okay, if we're gonna move forward, you have to acknowledge the fact that like you hurt me basically. You said that I couldn't do it. You said that I would never be able to move out and be successful and take care of myself, and that you basically told me that everything that I'm doing is like stupid. And like once I got an apology for that, I really felt like I was ready to just like let it go and to just move on, to have a better relationship here on out. So that's why it's like, I don't know why I'm crying so much, because it's genuinely like I'm happy about everything that's happened these past couple of weeks. I guess I'm just not completely over it yet. She don't want to be dehydrated. Okay, moving on. Okay, so scheduling wise, it just ended up that they came to visit me in LA for a week. The original plan was us going to Seattle, but I mean that just got like too complicated with Shoda's work and everything, so they ended up flying out here. When they visited, my sister stayed with Shoda and I, and my parents actually stayed with some of my relatives that live like, ew, so gross. I'm like already knows. My parents stayed with my relatives, and something I really appreciated was the fact that before they came, like my dad asked me like if there's topics that like they should stay away from, or like if there's things that are off limits to talk about, which I was so genuinely shocked that he asked me that, because my parents did not have a sense of like boundary and like respect in terms of like what I was comfortable with. And so the fact that he asked me that really showed me like, wow, they really changed a lot, and they really like understand everything that I was saying before, which is like super not used to at all, being asked like, how do you feel, like, are you okay with this? It's just not like things that they asked me before. And then another thing that I think made the visit like really enjoyable is the fact that they actually treated me like an adult. It means so much to me because, like I said, like I wasn't taken seriously like ever because of being young and saying like, oh, you're naive, you don't know, you don't have life experience, you don't whatever, this and that. So for them to actually like treat me as an adult and to acknowledge the fact that like we underestimated you, and like for them to say that and act like it too is just like means so much to me, because I didn't know if we were ever gonna get to this place. I don't know, just to be like given respect basically, and just to be like treated as an equal instead of like looked down on is just like, it means a lot. And saying that out loud like sounds so fucking obvious, but like I'm sure there's a lot of you that can relate, that like your parents they confuse being a parent with looking down on you. I think especially once you're over 18, if you're taking care of yourself, and you know, especially like we're fucking married, we're living in another state, we're having a baby, like we don't rely on them. Like I don't know why we still have people thinking that we're like dumb and immature and like whatever. That's a whole nother topic. You can see I'm salty about that. But anyways, there are times when my dad would catch himself and being like, oh, when you grow up, oh wait, you are grown up. And for him to like catch himself and say that without me saying anything is just like, thanks, Dad. You know, it's also really nice to do things that adult kids and parents do together. They bought us stuff for our apartment as like our wedding gift, even though we got married like 2 years ago. So that was really sweet and like really not, you know, necessary. Like we didn't ask for anything. So for them to like want to take us home shopping and like do those things is like so fun. And like I really enjoyed it, even though like that might sound really boring to some people. But yeah, and I don't know, just to talk about like adult things and to have a relationship outside of like judgment and like yeah, I don't know guys. Last week was fun, and to actually make memories outside of like such bad ones is like really, really nice, and I think it's great timing. And since they've left a couple days ago, we've been texting, and that's been fun. We have like a family chat, which never thought I'd be a part of that, and to be able to talk about things that are like light subjects and things that, you know, you talk about with people you like, oh, look at this new recipe I tried, or like you know, like just shit like that. I don't know, might sound boring to some people, but it's meant so much to me. And ew, can I not? I don't know, guys, that was everything that was on my list. I'm just gonna cut off this video right here because I don't want this to be like super long and rambly. But of course, as always, feel free to message me or to leave your comments down below if you don't mind it being public. If you want to private message me, you can always hit me up on Instagram or give me an email. I'm not the best at checking my email, but you know, if that's more convenient for you, feel free. I think that's it, guys. I hope this kind of shed some light for those of you that were wondering like what the heck is happening with my life. Till next time, guys, I hope you remember that your happiness and mental health is #1 and not worth sacrificing for anybody. And if there's people in your life that are being negative towards you and are being unhealthy relationships, you know, never feel guilty for putting yourself first and your health and well-being first. Because that should be the most important thing. And before I get more emotional, I'm gonna leave now. So, till I see you guys next time. Bye, guys.